What's up guys, welcome back to another episode of CP Customs Budget Build. In today's episode we're gonna take care of the engine and gonna find out where the bad leaking spot is. And we're gonna check out for other things as well. So it's gonna be fun, stay tuned. Alright guys, so let's check this out. I got some news for you. In the last episode I cleaned the complete lower area which was smeared with oil of the engine and everything was clean, but I did not saw any leaking spot back in that episode. Now we have another day. I left that carton here on the floor just to make sure if anything is dripping out, it is dripping on the carton and I can see it better. And look what we got here. This is a fresh drop of oil. So this is a good thing. And let's check this out. Yeah, and here we go. There you can see there's fresh oil coming out of that area. First I thought it is like the oil pan, but then I figured out it is not. It's really confusing. It is actually coming out of that hole here. I don't know for what this opening is. I did a little bit of research and no, it's not a hole for a screw. I already checked that, so I'm not quite sure they constructed this hole, but definitely there is oil coming out of this hole and that's not good. Yeah, I can highly recommend to get some documentation about the vehicle you're working on, even in like a book or online somewhere. There are a lot of informations in the internet and I did a quick research about this opening and I couldn't find anything. So the game plan is to drain the oil from the engine, drain the coolant, and gonna remove the oil pan and gonna check out what is going underneath the oil pan and for what this hole is constructed or supposed to be. So let's go to work. The oil pan is gone and I think I was totally wrong with my thoughts because we have good news. So this is the oil pan. First of all, the oil looks good. It is not completely dark. It still is like brown, darker brown, which is an indicator for that the previous owner did change the oil like he should. So that's a good point. No issue with the oil, no silver particles inside. Good, really good. I like this. So the second thing, here we can see there is no gasket, like paper gasket inside. It's like a sealer gasket, like fluid gasket, and here we have our hole. So I think that we just have an issue here between oil pan and the block, that the sealer here is not good anymore and it's slipping through while the engine is standing and going through the opening, yeah, into freedom. So that's what I think. So that would be the best way to handle this. Replace the sealer and this should be good. I'm not quite sure if the oil filter is new, but anyways, I'm gonna replace it. Here we have the opening where the oil was dripping out, not out of this but out of the oil pan, and it's connected here, and this hole has like no connection here into the oil pan. All right, that is good. What's the game plan for the rest of the day? I want to check or dig into the engine a little bit more, like remove all the covers which are easily removable, like from the camshaft, cover of the crankshaft, water pump, remove the spark plugs, check for everything. So it's gonna be fun. Let's go. Let's talk about the final result. I removed a couple of parts, as you can see. Let's start here. This is the place where actually the water and oil pump is mounted on. So it's a combined pump. On that circuit here we have the oil, and on that circuit here we get the water, the coolant. Timing chain seems to be good. The timing chain does not have any play. Chain adjuster look good. The guides look good. Everything seems to be fine, so no invest here. Crankshaft and pistons, as far as I can see it from the back side here, everything looks good. The positive thing here is I can look from the back inside the cylinders and can take a look on the cylinder walls, and they're looking good. Camshaft from that side, also no sign of wear on this system here. They're looking good. I removed the spark plugs, still thinking about what to do with the clutch. I'm gonna have to search for some centralizing tool so that I'm able to centralize this. I'm gonna get the clutch out and gonna take a look at it. So what are the next steps for the engine block? It is to seal everything up, which is open now. So we're gonna protect the engine from getting dirt inside, and after that we're gonna prepare the engine block to get paint. So I have to clean everything up. Here are covers and the parts I removed. This is the combined pump. It is an oil pump on this side, and on the other side it is a water pump. Crankshaft cover, paint job. Camshaft cover, paint job. Time chain cover, paint job as well. Spark plugs, they're actually looking pretty good, but still they're cheap, so I'm gonna replace all four. We have reached the end of this episode. Guess what? We're not done. The episode's gonna continue, so stay tuned. Yeah guys, I ran into slight problems with the engine, and not because of the engine, because of me. It's my fault, and I had to remove a lot more parts than I actually wanted. Check this out. Follow me and just take a look what is going on. As you can see, it is upside down and it's a mess in my workshop. The focus was just to open all covers, check underneath if everything is alright, do a paint job, put everything back together, change the wear parts, and that's it. That was the plan, and that is the plan still. But I ran into a problem with the oil reservoir. I planned to remove this oil reservoir as well, that it's easier to get a paint job and everything would be easier if that's not mounted on the engine. And my thoughts were just remove the screws, and I thought, okay, let's remove all the screws and just put it away. So I removed all the screws and the reservoir won't come off. I mean, no chance in hell, no moving at all. And was like, oh, okay, I forgot something. What I didn't see was that the reservoir is mounted on the backside here as well. That is connected to this wafer here. In this wafer is the clutch mounted. So I had to remove clutch, this wafer, to be able to get this thing off, which I didn't plan to remove all that parts. But never mind. Now I'm really glad that I removed the clutch because, as you can see here, clutch is not in the best condition. We have like two plates, cover plate, the clutch plate, and you can see here the material where the clutch is, spinning on, doing the clutch stuff. We have some discoloration here, which shouldn't be there. This is an indicator that the clutch got too hot or something. The result is that our clutch plate, the material, is very smooth and hard, like too smooth and hard. It shouldn't be soft, but this got too hot. So I definitely need a new clutch plate. For those two, I'm still thinking with. Also, to remove the wafer completely, you have to remove the gears here and all of the clutch assembly, and that leads us to the next problem. Like in the wafer and on the engine, we have shaft sealers. Shaft sealers, the big one here is of the drive shaft. That's one here. And there is a small one which is mounted in the wafer here. That's for the drive of alternator. So I need two shaft seals. Guys, if you plan to do a job like this to make this engine look nice and clean again, and you're not skilled to disassemble engine parts like this, do not go this far as I did here. Just remove the covers, paint everything else mounted on the engine, and you should be good. Because now I'm not worried about put everything back on the engine. I'm just have some respect for all these parts, because we are talking here about the engine. If you just miss one important step or one small step, you could destroy the complete project, and this is a little bit I'm worried about. But that's how things goes if you do it. Alright, so the plan is to order all parts I need right now, all the spare parts, shafts, sealers, and so on. Put everything back, paint the stuff. Yeah guys, and I'm really sorry that I didn't recorded this. The actual plan was just to seal the engine for the next episodes that I can prepare everything to paint. And then I ran into the first problem, into the second, into the third, fourth, fifth, and so on. And yeah, that is now the result. So guys, we have finally reached the end of this episode. Thank you very much for watching. I'm so sorry for the mess and all that stuff that didn't work. I'm going to make sure to film every step while reassembling the engine, so you're not gonna miss anything. If you still like what to see, please consider subscribing. Hit that like button. If you want to see more content, follow me on Instagram, and make sure to not gonna miss the next episode. So until then, stay happy, stay healthy, goodbye, peace. Make the ground shake.